Cowboy fan. That's what happens when you let a cowboy take the mic. Let me just begin by thanking ChildWIN. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for caring about the city that I love. Thank you for partnering with, as I would say, my community. Dr. Conway, thank you. Mayor, thank you. And I would just be brief. My Aunt Kim is here, my Uncle Jeffrey, my Aunt Grace is here, childhood friend Wayne is here with me tonight. I want to thank the partners. I want to thank you all as sponsors. That without you, this doesn't happen. I'm now in my 30th year, my wife and I, fighting domestic violence and sexual assault. So we understand the importance of giving. We understand the importance of good community partners. So I just want to thank you all. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule this evening. I'll be brief. Greg has been, I've never been in a setting since I left Trenton. I get a chance to talk about a little bit on Facebook. I get a little chance to talk about it social media-wise. Hey, it was 1984 when I used to see this young man running around the city. And as children, for young people that's here in the room, you know what you can be by what you see. I had a wonderful example. So I want to thank you, Greg. Man, my grandparents used to let me run out the back, and I'm gonna be really brief. Faircrest Avenue, I used to run to Greenwood in the middle of the afternoon to see him run. I hide behind the bush because he was running and he was working out. 3 hours later, I was going to the alley on Locust Street to see him come running up Clinton Avenue. And I kept saying, I want to be that. That's what I want to be. You are such an example. It was hell in my neighborhood. Greg, you was the epitome of what we all could be. And I've never been in a setting to tell him thank you. And lastly, ChildWIN, I'll just say this in closing. Leaders, your leadership. And I have an opportunity to talk to leaders and develop leaders and share with leaders. And you can recognize good leaders by your tolerance level. Good leaders have very little tolerance. What you tolerate, you won't change. So the young people and the men and the women that are in this room, what we tolerate, we won't change. ChildWIN, I thank you for partnering with the city that I love. And secondly, the compromises of today becomes tomorrow's standard. ChildWIN, I thank you for not allowing what some of the things, the compromises we see in communities to keep taking place. What we tolerate, we won't change as leaders or as people individually. And the compromises of today becomes tomorrow's standard. We can't allow that to happen. Thank you all for coming out tonight to supporting us, recognizing all the athletes, the corporations that took part in this wonderful time. And again, Greg, I can't thank you enough. I really can't. And you've seen and people have seen. Man, and Doug, you were that same leader. I know what I can be by what I see. When you acknowledge about running I saw you do that. I knew nothing else but I want to be like Greg, to sit in a park and just watch this young man play basketball and say, that's what I want to be. My goal wasn't to go to college and play ball. It was to play for T&J. That was the local basketball team, the men's basketball league, that he was a great. So thank you. Love you all. ChildWIN, thank you for the partnership.